What is up, trust you, but it's trust to impress, and I'm Biggity BACK back with another video. And in today's video, I am trying these onion wrapped Flying Dutchman burgers inspired by In-N-Out restaurant. So if you are interested in seeing me cook up these delicious burgers, then stay tuned. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share out this video. Alright y'all, let's get straight into it. I'm going to start out by prepping my ground beef. So I'm going to be making 2 patties per burger. That was the most popular thing that I saw on TikTok. Now, these burgers went viral on TikTok. However, my first time seeing them was watching B Love's Life. So this is everybody kind of makes it a little bit differently and puts their own little spin on it. So you'll have to get on TikTok and check it out for yourself. If you want to try out the recipe, I'm just winging it here because I have no clue what's going on. Now, thanks to my time at 5 Guys, I can roll out a perfect 3.6 ounce burger without even weighing it, honey. So that is what I did. And then I'm mashing my patties flat into the pan, and then I'm going to season them. Now, normally I season up my ground beef and mix it thoroughly first and then make my patties. But I'm trying out something a little bit different based on the videos that I was seeing on TikTok, little TikTok. So we are going to see how this comes out. This is actually my first time making my hamburgers this way, where I pat out the ground beef first and then season it while it's in the skillet. So let me just let you know, it was a win, okay? It was a win. So I am just seasoning up my ground beef with a little bit of seasoned salt and a little Worcestershire sauce. And, you know, you see the magic happening. You see the magic happening. Of course, you can use whatever seasonings you want to use. I noticed that people were just kind of doing their own thing. So now it's time to flip these patties over and season the other side. Now, I put the lid on the patties to keep the patties juicy and kind of steam them a little bit. Once again, based on what I saw on TikTok. However, I like for my patties to kind of have like a little bit of crisp, like a little crust-ish action on the outside. So I decided to leave the lid off for a little bit of time so we could see, you know, how that action was gonna work. Make it a little bit, you know, more of like a grilled kind of feel to them. Now I'm going to go ahead and prep my onion. Now the onions are going to serve as the bun. So this is kind of like a low carb type of situation. So I cut my onions fairly thick so I could hold this big double burger all together. Now, of course, I believe you could use whatever onions you would want to use if you're going to try this burger, but I personally am using sweet onions in this video. And let me go ahead and let you guys know right here, right now. Some videos show putting the cheese slices on the meat and melting the cheese that way. But when I looked at more videos of the actual In-N-Out burgers, like from the In-N-Out restaurant, the cheese was actually melted into the onions. So if I were to do these again, I would definitely cook my onions and melt my cheese on top of my onions instead of on top of my patties, because the onions actually fall apart. And if you put the cheese on the onion and melt it that way, it keeps the onion together. So that's a little tippy tip if you attempt this recipe on your own. And just like that, y'all, the patties are ready and the cheese is ooey gooey melted and you know, it's juicy, it's all of the things. So it's time to put our onions in this pan. And now let me go ahead and let you know, my husband was like, no ma'am, I'm not doing this onion burger situation. Make me a bun. So that is why you see the bun going down in the pan, okay? But for the onions, I seasoned them up with a little bit of salt and a little bit of pepper. And I actually remembered, you guys, once I got ready to flip the onion, that I was supposed to add sugar to help the onion to caramelize. So I went ahead and prepped my tomatoes and my pickles. I'm taking my buns out of the pan for my husband, and that flip was the aha moment. I tried to add a little bit of olive oil, but ultimately I remembered, dang, I was supposed to put a little sugar on the onion to caramelize the onion. It helps to give it the color. It adds a little bit more sweetness to the onion, and so on, y'all, okay? So that is not me adding salt. That is me adding sugar. So it kind of looks like a lot, but it was the perfect amount. I just put a few little sprinkles on each side, and I actually put a lid on this to kind of steam, because I cut my onion so thick, I wanted to steam it a little bit. And then I cut up a little bit more onion and put it in the skillet, because I did not make my husband any onions. I know he loves grilled onions. So I'm going to put some grilled onions on his burger, some tomatoes, some pickle. And of course he has a nice little buttery toasted brioche bun, okay? Because he is bougie. He wasn't trying to do the low carb with us, okay? And this is how it came out. Now, honestly, this looked amazing, and I just wanted to dig in and max on this burger, okay? But it's not mine, that's hubby's. Now I'm going to go ahead and assemble my burger. So down goes the onions, my 2 patties, my tomato, which I cut a little bit thick, but it was still good. And then my top onion. Once again, I wish I had melted that cheese into the onions, because now that the onions are cooked, they want to kind of fall apart a little bit, but look at it. Caramelized to perfection. You have to add that sugar. It's perfect. Now, there's supposed to be a little sauce on here, but I didn't make the sauce. So it's pretty much like the In-N-Out sauce, or the Big Mac sauce. It's like a Thousand Island type of situation. I didn't make it. I'm not a big sauce girl, so it is what it is. And then there are also some videos of people squeezing the pepperoncini peppers on top. I'm not a pepper girl either, so let's taste this burger and see what it's giving. Y'all, let me be 100% honest with you guys. My jaw popped. That burger was so big, but it was so delicious. You can see it on my face. It is delicious. I 10 out of 10 highly recommend. The grilled onions were on point. Now, do I like this as my permanent replacement for a nice sweet buttery bun? Probably not, but it's definitely worth the experience. It was yum yum. And y'all can see my little onions falling apart, and that's just because I did not melt the cheese in. Anyway, I hope that you guys enjoyed the video. don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share out the video, and I'll see you in the next one.